Hey everyone, so I thought this video was an important one to make, especially with how the game started out when it first came out in October, and how everybody, well, let's just say support characters were pretty miserable. They just kind of felt like they were just dying all the time, and they didn't really feel like they added any value to the game, where if you're playing well, that was kind of the baseline for you to be able to win, right? But you couldn't really pop off in a way that made you, win the game for your team. But the game has made a complete 180 since then, and I do think now that support characters are the most important part of the team, but also like they kind of control how entire fights are played now. So let's look at how this started. Due to the lack of an off tank when the game first came out, there wasn't anybody really there to be peeling for support characters anymore. It was suddenly a world where they had to fight or escape. All the DPS had super speed passives, which made it super easy for flankers and other characters to get them. And overall, they didn't feel that influential to the game. They essentially had no carry potential, and their version of playing, well, really only prevented you from losing rather than helping you win, if you get what I'm saying. Now the way it goes is that the support controls the entire game. Their skills and their kits are insanely powerful now and completely control the flow of how games are played. Tanks kind of duke it out, keeping each other away from their respective teams, or ignoring each other completely and jumping into, the backline or, the DPS of the enemy team. While also to kind of, mess with the support characters, but also, making enough space for the DPS to get kills, which I think are the second most valuable part of a team now. Well, not valuable, but they are the second most deciding factor in whether your team wins or loses. Supports will be number one, DPS will be number two. Tanks are all kind of baseline now. Although they're powerful, I don't think they determine the flow of the game anymore. Like you can feel when your DPS is better than the enemy DPS and vice versa, and you could really feel it when there's a disparity in how the supports play, whether it's on your team or the enemy team. Well, depending on who's better or not. And the big reason for this is because their abilities are insanely powerful right now. Zen's Discord and ability to kill tanks is complete. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. He completely wrecks tanks. I consider him a tank buster. Kind of like Reaper, but he's like a anti-tank glass cannon. Especially with his extra ammo now, he could just kind of keep firing for what seems like forever. And even if you dive him, he can explode you. And Asleep and Nade does not let you play the game. She's like I said in like one of my previous videos, she's just like, no, this is my game now. Like you can't do anything. Just, take your hands off the keyboard because you're sleeping or you're naded, so you're just going to be killed. Like, she's insanely powerful. Kiriko just stops everything from happening, right? And her Suzu and her ability to teleport, you just don't have an ultimate anymore. Plus, she has the most powerful ultimate in the game right now. I once played a game against a Kiriko where she Suzu'd like, I think at least like half of all my meteor strikes, because I get them pretty fast. I get them a lot, maybe every other fight. And yeah, she just completely just told me no. Like I can't use it anymore. So I was like, okay. And yeah, it was a bit frustrating. And then you have Baptiste, who could do more damage than DPS while healing more than, the average healer. And, more, if I'm playing Genji and I'm fighting Amora, she just kind of dual attacks me with her ball and her suck ability, and she just sucks me dry, and I just have to run away or I die. And Mercy now, like, Mercy's healing ability, when you're under 50 HP, it heals you more than I think a Winston does damage to you, which is crazy. It's crazy. And she heals herself now while she's healing you instead of having to wait for it to kick in, which before, that's kind of how you kept the Mercy at bay, right? You kind of, you just kind of graze her a little bit to kind of not let her heal ability kick in. But now, as long as she's healing too. So yeah, other than Lucio's not that great right now. Not that he's bad, he's just not needed, but it's everybody's so good. Like, everybody's good.
Hey everyone, I'd like to interrupt this video to remind you to like and leave a comment. It's the best thing you can do to a video so that YouTube increases its reach. And I'd really like to keep growing this community, especially since we have so many good discussions and debates in the comment sections. And I do read and try to reply to every single comment. So please like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you like it. But yeah, for the algorithm, please like and comment.
And I'll even say this, like, as a Doomfist, it's now easier for me to kill a DPS character than it is for me to kill a support character. It's not even close, and that is wild. That is absolutely wild. I remember when fighting Annas, they would kind of just, you know, lay over and die, and I'd be like, oh, okay, I just killed the support. Even Zenyatta's, it's like, Zenyatta, oh, I see you, I'll kill you. Now they all fight back. They all do a ton of damage. They all have combos. They all have some crazy skill that completely shuts you down. And you know, the consistent thing about killing a DPS character, I know that the only thing they have is the damage, right? So because they can't discord me, they can't sleep me, they can't teleport away, they just have to, you know, out damage me. So as a Doomfist, I can kind of dodge, I can move in and out of the fight. But yeah, even games like Brig Zen as the support is super viable now because it's all about damage output, and you know, they also heal. While in Overwatch 1, that combination would just be essentially throwing because there's not enough healing output. But yeah, I think Blizzard did the one thing they said they didn't want to do, where they didn't want support characters to kind of just be DPS characters that also heal. But I think we're kind of there, or at least we're almost there. And it's not also just what the supports do when they're there. Like when the supports aren't there, you're just kind of done. Like there's nothing you can do. Reinhardt's extremely powerful right now, but he's only powerful when he has a support character on him. If there's no support characters there, he's just kind of flailing around useless. And yeah, they can also remove, like the Kiriko's of Suzu, remove other, they put things on you and they stop people from doing things to you, which is I think the big factor. And it's just a very active, very effective, very influential way of controlling how a fight goes. So yeah, I guess in summary, you do as much damage as DPS. Everybody has an escape. They heal just like they always used to heal, and their tools are so useful where they're putting buffs and debuffs on everybody. Plus, they're the only real thing that counter each other, unless, you know, you just kind of, you know, kill them, which it's pretty. They don't have that much health. Well, actually, a lot of them are kind of tanky. Mercy's kind of tanky right now, but she doesn't really damage. So I say good job, Blizzard. This was a big critique a lot of people had early on in the game, and they completely turned it around. Season 3 is looking to be awesome. It's my favorite season so far. Season 2, I stopped playing halfway through because playing against Roadhog every other game was, or every game was just miserable. So yeah, they probably turned it around a bit too much, but it doesn't feel that bad. It's actually very impressive on its own right. So yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like the video, helps for the algorithm, subscribe, leave a comment, and all this helps to get the video out there. So yeah, don't forget, I love you.